In the shadowed corners of automotive lore, where legends are forged from steel, sweat, and unyielding defiance, the off-road SUV kingdom stood largely unchallenged for generations. The Range Rover floated above the chaos in regal, air-cushioned luxury, effortlessly gliding over obstacles with sophisticated suspension and aristocratic poise. The Mercedes G-Wagon endured as an armored icon, its boxy silhouette and military-grade roots symbolizing unbreakable toughness. And the Toyota Land Cruiser claimed eternal supremacy as the ultimate survivor, conquering scorching deserts like the Sahara, dense jungles in Southeast Asia, flooded rivers in the Amazon, and frozen Siberian tundras with stoic mechanical reliability that became legendary among adventurers, explorers, and humanitarian workers worldwide. These titans grew comfortable over the decades, prices escalated into six-figure territory for top trims, design refreshes became subtle and evolutionary, and stringent global emissions regulations forced downsized engines, hybridized powertrains, and compromises on the raw, unfiltered performance that once defined their character. Then, in 2026, Great Wall Motor, the ambitious Chinese automaker, unleashed a genuine disruptor. The Tank 700, a towering 3-ton behemoth swiftly nicknamed China's SUV monster. This was no polite incremental competitor, slipping quietly into the segment. It arrived as a bold frontal assault on the established hierarchy, with Toyota's Land Cruiser 300 and Prado placed squarely in the crosshairs. The Tank 700 commands instant attention. Its design draws heavily from the G-Wagon's boxy aggression, but elevates it with sharp, futuristic cyberpunk-inspired edges. Razor-like creases slice across the body, massive flared wheel arches frame enormous tires, and an imposing stance makes lesser SUVs look toy-like. Measuring over 5.09 meters long, 2.06 meters wide, and nearly 1.95 meters tall with a 3-meter wheelbase, it exudes pure dominance. While Toyota's recent Land Cruisers retained proven but dated aesthetics and functional interiors built for durability over dazzle, the Tank 700 promised superior on-road refinement, extravagant luxury, blistering performance, and pricing aggressive enough to tempt even loyal Toyota owners to reconsider. The revolution ignites under the hood. A 3-liter twin-turbo V6 delivers about 360 horsepower all by itself. Integrated with a P2 electric motor in the 9-speed automatic, the plug-in hybrid Hi4T system produces roughly 517 horsepower and 800 newton-meters of torque. Some editions even get close to 850. This 3,110-kilogram machine rockets from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 5 seconds, easily outpacing the Land Cruiser 300 diesel's 700 newton-meters and its slower acceleration. You know, Toyota's efficiency-focused powertrains have kind of diluted that old-school punch, but the Tank 700 just flat-out rejects that trade-off. Even if the battery's depleted, the V6 keeps delivering strong output thanks to some really smart hybrid management. No limp modes or heavy restrictions holding you back. The PHEV offers real-world versatility, with 55 to 100 kilometers of electric-only range for silent urban commutes or quiet trails. And, when you need it, the petrol engine steps in as a range extender on long expeditions, so you can forget about the usual EV range anxiety. Compared to Toyota's hybrid setups in the Prado and newer cruisers, which feel a bit more conservative, the Tank gives you instant electric torque for precise rock crawling, steep dune climbs, or muddy crossings. It just feels more intuitive in those demanding conditions. Inside, the Tank 700 really steps into luxury territory, rivaling vehicles that cost way more. There's a Starlight headliner, thousands of fiber optic LEDs twinkling in suede, so you get your own personal galaxy overhead. The supple Nappa leather seats come with heating, ventilation, and 10-point massage both front and rear. Rear seats even recline to 141 degrees, turning long hauls into lounge-like comfort. Double glazing, acoustic glass, and active noise cancellation work together to give you near-silent refinement at highway speeds. The large responsive touchscreen runs modern software that honestly makes Toyota's older systems seem pretty dated. There's no hard plastic or utilitarian feel here. This cabin blends high-end craftsmanship, advanced tech, and genuine comfort for folks who want adventure without sacrificing luxury. Off-road credentials match the polish. A body-on-frame ladder chassis supports 3 locking differentials: front, center, and rear, for, unbreakable traction. There's a disconnectable anti-roll bar that really maximizes articulation over jagged terrain. Air suspension with electromagnetic dampers adjusts height dynamically, so it can be raised for a weighting depth of 970 millimeters, or lowered for on-road efficiency. Sharp approach and departure angles, plus a high-mounted steel-cradled battery, make sure you've got protection and balance. This is off-road engineering pushed to extremes, honestly making the Prado systems seem merely adequate by comparison. The Tank 700's rollout carried, some real geopolitical weight. Debuting at CES in Las Vegas, it kind of teased US buyers, right before 100% tariffs blocked Chinese EVs, all in the name of protecting Ford, GM, and Toyota. But in open markets like the UK, Australia, and the Middle East, it launches at roughly half the price of a loaded Land Cruiser, and, honestly, with superior specs. Over in the UAE, prices are hovering around $79,000 to $87,000 equivalent, making buyers ask themselves, why pay a premium for heritage when a newcomer seems to deliver more across the board? Still, skepticism definitely lingers in enthusiast circles. Toyota's throne is built on proven, multi-decade durability, exceptional resale value, often retaining 80 to 90% even after brutal use, and a vast global service network. The Tank 700, while dazzling on paper and in those early reviews, is still pretty unproven when it comes to surviving extreme, decade-spanning punishment. Will its electronics and hybrid complexity survive relentless red dust outback bombardment, Saharan heat, or Siberian cold? And can it really match the mechanical simplicity that keeps cruisers running, well, almost indefinitely with just basic care? Forums remain, really divided on this one. Purists call it flashy and potentially fragile, while GWM owners praise the build quality and see it as the future. Toyota grew complacent. High prices, outdated tech, diluted engines, one side argues. True reliability beats gadgets every time, counters the other. Ultimately, the Tank 700 is more than just an SUV. It's a provocative gauntlet thrown at an entire segment. By fusing ferocious hybrid performance, extravagant comfort, advanced off-road hardware, and disruptive pricing, it's got the potential to democratize premium overlanding. For 7 decades, the Land Cruiser wore the undisputed crown. But as 2026 unfolds, and these machines collide on real trails, from Australian gibber plains to Middle Eastern dunes, one question really reverberates. Will unshakable tradition prevail, or is the monster from the East ready to seize the throne and forever redefine what an elite off-road SUV can, and honestly, should be?